Okay, guys, thought I'd tell you a few stories. Went hunting this morning, and there's some more stories I could tell you, but it's probably not a good idea because I got these Maori people that are mad at me and will probably try to get me in trouble. But so I went squirrel hunting this morning, right? And actually, I went fishing like a week or two ago, a week and a half ago, or something like that. On the way back from fishing, I was driving on this road. It's like in between cornfields. It's like nobody can see you. And I'm like, this corn is like right next to the road. It's like probably within the public easement. So I got out of my car and I'm like looking around. I'm like, what's to stop a man from just taking some of this corn right here? So I ended up getting me like quite a bit of corn. Like a little basket full of corn. Yeah. About that much corn. But now I get home and I'm playing dwarves with Mr. Rogers and his friend that work at a grain silo. I'm like, yeah, I got me this corn. And they were saying, oh, was it sweet corn? I'm like, what do you mean? Is it corn? Like, no, there's like sweet corn and there's hard corn. I'm like, this is the hard kind of kernel. What do you call it? Shell corn or something? That you grind up and you make cornmeal and flour. And we didn't make flour out of wheat. You make cornmeal, I guess, out of it, and use it for like feeding animals and stuff. So that's pretty useless. I guess I could shell it and then use it to lure animals for hunting. Anyway, I'm trying to get this whole self-sufficient lifestyle thing going. I've got this whole plan. Like, I ate that rabbit the other day. That's 2 days worth of food off of one rabbit. And I saw a rabbit the other day that was fucking ginormous. It was like 3 of the same size rabbits I've been killing. So, and you can find these rabbits. All you got to do is you get up at like 4:30 and you go out at like 5 in the morning when it's just starting to become light outside. Actually, in the wintertime it would be later, so that would be better. Maybe, I don't know. But they just like hang out in gravel roads. If you find like a small road with just like a field next to it, especially, you're going to see rabbits all over the place. So I've been trying to scouting out places for like rabbit season. Like, you just find them on the road. You don't even have to really get out, hunt, have dogs, anything. Just find rabbits like in the road if it's like remote enough area. So 2 rabbits is like 4 days of food. That's almost a week. Then if you have like, if you're fishing a few times through the week, you want to get some fish maybe. Although I've been having some bad luck fishing. I don't know why. When I was fishing for bass, I would catch bluegill all the time, but I wouldn't keep them. But now that I'm fishing for bluegill, I never catch bluegill or bass. So I need to go back to bass fishing, I think. Or pond fishing. Fishing the lake seems like I just don't have any luck at lakes. But here's what happened. I went squirrel hunting. I went down this road. It's kind of a remote road. One place. Here's another. I get getting off on these tangents, but here's another idea I had. You go to a real estate website, right? You find a place that's got a lot of acreage and it's for sale, and it's been on the website for like over a year. So probably the people don't live there anymore. They just been waiting to sell the place. And then you can just kind of drive up and just like hunt in their land because nobody's there. But you could also use it if it's adjacent to land that they're like, if you got a field and a house, and on the other side of the field is the guy that owns that field. He's probably not going to know you're in that field because he's way on the other side of it, or if it's like got woods in between. So it's like you can kind of sneak onto people's property by using other people's property that's for sale that nobody's at. It's kind of complicated, but you got to figure it out in your head. Like, you got to plan ahead. So I went looking at this one house this morning that was for sale, and there was a big like flock of turkeys off the side of the road. Like, man, this is pretty dope. But I went squirrel hunting, and the road kind of turns into a gravel road, and then it just kind of, it went into some woods, and it was like real narrow and weird. So I just kind of stopped in the middle of this road. Ain't nobody down this road, and it just kind of stops. It's not a road anymore, and then it keeps going. You can walk up like through this grassy area, and it becomes road again. So it's like not really in use. I don't even know what you call it. But at the end of the road, I saw a squirrel, but I couldn't get a shot on it because, like, when you see squirrels out in like a park, they're real calm, and they just sit on the ground, and you could shoot them all day long if you wanted to, if you could. Not really allowed to in parks. But squirrels out in the wild, they're real skittish. And this one took off like all over the place. There's no way you could get a shot on it. Couldn't find it. And then I kept walking. Saw some more turkeys over in this left field. So I keep walking. There's like this cable across the road. And this is like a sanctuary for an endangered-ish kind of animal. They have a real small season for it. I don't want to say what it is because it might give you a clue where I live or something. See, I got to worry about these Maori people coming after me because they're all pissed at me because I made fun of their haka dance. And they might... I already got a death threat yesterday. I think a guy was wanting me to like tell him his address. I don't understand what he's saying. Like he said, drop your addy, we'll give you a hookah or something like that. I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe he wants to smoke a hookah. Maybe he wants to buy me a hooker. Either way, it doesn't sound safe. So, I go on past this place because I'm not hunting that thing. I'm hunting squirrels, so it's fine. Plus, obviously you're allowed to be there and hunt because this is where the hunting for that animal ends. So you would be able to hunt the animal before you get to the sign. So I think I'm okay to be hunting there. And then I found this big log. I'm sitting there looking for squirrels. Nothing's coming. I turn around, I walk back, and I trip over that fucking cable. Fall, bust my ass face first, drop my gun. I thought I fucked my gun up. So, kind of mad about that. I get home, I'm like, I gotta go fire a test shot in my target range, make sure my gun still works good. And go around the back of my house, a fucking squirrel jumps out of this limb, runs across my power line, jumps down, runs across my yard, right next to my damn target range, and I couldn't get a shot off on it. And then I go down there to the pond, looking for it. Fucking mosquitoes ate me up. My legs are itching right now. So I took a shower, chilled out a while, played some dwarves, and then I was thinking about this other spot, this road. That's where I went to that house I was telling you about. But then, on the way back, oh yeah, I stopped at the fucking turtle pond because I just ended up there on the road that the turtle pond's on. So I'm like, okay, let me get out the turtle pond because that woods to the right is like open to hunt too, but it's like real jungly in there. I couldn't get in there very good. I think I saw some squirrel sign, but I didn't see any squirrels. I saw some turtles, snapping turtles, like swimming away. Like I figured out. I watched a video about it. They like bury themselves up in mud. So if you're on a little mound of mud, you poke it with a stick, and it's hard. There's a turtle in there. You can grab it by its legs or its like back of its shell. You take it out. I think I'm just going to get a rake. I'm going to start raking the mud for turtles, or make one of those traps. One guy made a trap that's like open on the top. Got these little wood flaps. The turtles can climb up the wood flaps and they hop in, and then they can't get back out. Oh, the guy's name Mullet Man. If you want to see some shit like I do, watch Mullet Man. He had a video where he made this turtle trap. He set it in a pond, and he's driving around the pond. And he sees a rabbit, and he pulls out an air rifle. He's shooting a rabbit with an air rifle. I'm like, this dude just like me. He does a lot of cool shit too. But then, after I got back from squirrel hunting there, I'm looking for these turtles, and I hear fucking helicopters. And I'm like, man, this is like Vietnam out here, and this fucking Chinook CH-47 helicopter with the refueling rod sticking out front and the gunner seat in the back. I could see it all because he was so low. He just flew right over the turtle pond. I'm like, this is just fucking Vietnam. Oh my god! It's like I'm out here with a gun and there's fucking Chinooks flying overhead. It was like dope, dude. So that's kind of what's been going on today. Now I'm about to get drunk as fuck tonight, I think, off this one beer. Oh, I forgot this part. When I went into the turtle pond, I found another fishing pole. So, more epic loot. This one is actually broken at the top. See this little piece right here? I think it's like maybe the final eye. So I can just cut this off. And it's still about 5 feet long. A little bit more. Because I'm 6 feet tall. It's almost my whole span. Arm span. Yeah, about 5 foot. So I can use this for a crappie rod still. Just snap this off. Cut it off with this. Nah. Is that fiberglass or something? Yeah, we'll get a saw on it. That'll be good. It's crazy how I just keep finding stuff.